Hello, my name is Matej. I'm a senior product designer for growth here at Gitlab. Today I'm video documenting the experience of upgrading an account to a higher plan on gitlab.com. I'm specifically looking at upgrades from one paid plan to another one, and this is a part of the UX scorecard work that's now well established at GitLab. But to quickly recap what a UX scorecard is, it's a way for our designers to take a holistic approach to improving experience. And we do that in three steps. First, we identify the persona and the job to be done. Who is the user and what is their desired outcome? Then we map the current user's journey map. So what is the process to get to that desired outcome today? And then we create the experience and establish a baseline based on our grading rubric, which we then later revisit in the next quarter. And then as the final thing, we also video document the whole process, which is what I'm doing right now. So I defined who the persona is and what the job to be done is in this case. So for upgrading an account on gitlab.com, the persona must be the group owner. So that's equals to being a buyer persona, and it could actually equal to being an engineering manager, a development lead, and a VP of engineering, whatever. And then the job to be done is when I realize my team needs a feature from a higher plan than our currently paid one, I want to quickly and easily upgrade to that plan so that they can benefit from it as soon as possible. I also mapped the current user journey with all the screenshots and all the interactions that are required to upgrade to a higher plan on gitlab.com. And let's go through this journey. Let's walk through it to see what it's like today. So I'm starting my journey on the homepage of GitLab, which is in most cases the project's dashboard. And let's assume, because this is a thing that not a lot of people do very often on GitLab. So upgrading to a higher plan or purchasing a plan or a subscription is something that you do every now and then, not that often. So let's assume that the user doesn't really remember how to do it or where to start. So what would I do in that case? Most probably I would try to find something that looks similar to what I'm looking for in the user drop-down menu. So maybe it's a profile, but this just actually shows me my profile and my activity, my personal profile. Maybe it's under the settings. Let's take a look. Again, I'm on profile settings right now, so this doesn't look like what I'm looking for. Account, maybe that's it. Okay, just more settings, that's not it. Billing, maybe that's it. Okay, so this looks familiar to what I'm looking for. It speaks about the plans. It says, Matej team, you're currently using the free plan. Okay, but I'm quite sure that I use a paid plan on one of our groups. So this is confusing. It looks like the thing that I'm looking for, but it's not exactly the thing like I'm looking for. Again, Matej Latin, free. Okay, and the statistics, and it says manage here. So let's try that and see where it takes us. Okay, and it wants us to authenticate with the GitLab customers portal. So again, at this step, because this is not something that a user does very often, will they remember their authentication credentials? Will they even remember if they already have an account for it? They probably do if they already have a paid plan on gitlab.com, but we need to consider all these things in this journey. So I have the option to either sign in or register, and I also have the option to sign in with GitLab. Let's try this. Okay, it works because I already registered for the customer's portal. It's a bit misleading at this step because signing in with GitLab suggests that if I have a gitlab.com account, I will be able to sign in with it directly. But the first time you do it, you actually need to go and register first. And the tricky part is you need to register with the exact email address that you're using on gitlab.com. Otherwise, the whole thing will not work. So again, we have some authentication, signing in, registration issues with the customer portal, which we noticed in our other UX scorecards that we did. Okay, but anyway, now I'm on the Manage Purchases page. Silver plan. Okay, so this is, yeah, we only have one group. We have the silver plan on it. So this is probably the group that I'm looking for, the subscription that I'm looking for. But what if I had 10 groups or 10 subscriptions for 10 groups? It doesn't really say to which group this plan is linked. Basically, I do have the change linked group option. Let's see what it does quickly. Silver plan, subscription is for plan test. Okay, so that's the name of the group, yes, that I'm using. But this is too much. We're asking too much from users to just be able to see what group the subscription is linked to. We should already state that somewhere here. So if I had more than one group, even just more than one group, I would need some time to figure out which is the one that I want to upgrade, basically. But I do have the nice blue CTA upgrade here, so let's try that. Okay, and it takes me to what looks like a checkout page. This is a bit strange. This is not something that I noticed before, and I went through these flows a couple of times. Maybe it's the fact that I'm actually on the staging gitlab.com version, but the UI looks a bit broken here. These texts look too large. The title has no spacing around it, and this as well. It just looks a bit strange. But anyway, group level name, plan test. Okay, yeah, that's the group. Current plan silver, current seats 1, expiry date. So this is interesting. What if I wanted to add more seats at this step? Why am I not able to do that? But let's leave that for another day. And let's complete our purchase here. So yes, we're upgrading to the gold plan, seats price, subtotal, okay. We have already our credit card information stored in because we already have a paid plan. So I just need to accept the terms and conditions and confirm the purchase. Okay, it seems that it worked. Congratulations, you just upgraded plan test to the gold plan. So that's the name of the group. I can see what the gold plan features are. I can go back to managing subscriptions, or I can go to gitlab.com. I would just like to see at this step, I would like to see my group that I upgraded to a higher plan, just to be reassured that it actually was upgraded. So because this is actually the namespace billing page, I will actually, yeah, there's no change. It's still on the free plan. I will actually need to navigate to that group, settings, billing. And yes, here I can see plan test is currently using the gold plan. And I noticed something earlier when I was going through this flow. It's not there now because I'm on the highest plan, which is gold. But when I was on the silver plan, we did have the upgrade button here, which linked straight into the upgrade flow. And it's basically just a shortcut. but the problem is that you need to find it to shorten your flow of upgrading a plan on .com. So this is pretty much it. Now I'm reassured I have the gold plan. Let's take a look at our findings. So again, the main problem, or one of the main problems, is the authentication, because the user needs to authenticate with the customer's portal, and this is not something they use often. So will they remember their credentials? Will they remember if they even have an account? Will they have problems signing in? There are other problems with registration and signing in, as I mentioned, which is the fact that the email needs to match exactly. Then the other thing is there are basically no signifiers anywhere in our UI where we would tell the user this group is on plan X, right? So in my case, in this particular case, let's say that I'm on the group overview page. There's nothing here that would say this group is on silver plan as it was before. Now it's on gold. And the other thing is also which is our final point. It takes so long to complete this flow, or it's not that long, but it's unnecessarily too long for such a simple flow, which is a typical purchase flow. It takes so long to complete it because the billing pages are kind of buried somewhere, deep. They're like hidden from the overview of a group, for example. And I need to find my way to this page to then be able to go to the customer portal and upgrade to the plan that I need there. So these are the three main issues that I identified by going through this flow. Now the final step is to grade the experience, and I decided to grade it with C, which matches to be average complexity. Task completion is successful but with unnecessary steps. Frustration, medium. I guess it depends on how familiar the user is with the GitLab purchase flow or the upgrade flow, how familiar they are with the customer portal, and will they remember their authentication credentials. And the description of this grade is workflow needs improvement, but user can still finish completing the task. It usually takes longer to complete the task than it should. User may abandon the process or try again later. So this is it for walking through the current flow of upgrading an account to a higher plan on gitlab.com. We now have a baseline grade to work from. The next step is to write down all the possible improvements in a separate issue and then revisit the experience in the next quarter, go through the flow again and rescore the experience. It seems like there are significant improvements here to be made. So definitely stay tuned. And as always, I will add the relevant links to the description of this video, and I'd love to hear your comments and ideas. Thanks for watching.